Hi guys, so if y'all saw part one, you may or may not have seen it's not part one, but it was the video where I was basically in my head just talking about the dilemmas of homeschooling and just going off into the work world. I don't know, I was very much in my head in that video and I still I still am, but I decided to make this other section. It's basically linked to the same topic, and it's losing your independence and just talking about how difficult it can be and what I guess you can do to try to help retain it. Um, I'm just gonna jump right in. So I know for me personally, I feel like I've lost my independence, and it's nobody else's fault but mine. You know, at the tender age of 19, I had my first child right before I turned 20, and just taking on that role of being stay-at-home mom and giving that opportunity to be stay-at-home mom and accepting it, I should say, kind of led me to that place where I feel like I lost my independence, because losing your independence means that it's like in a sense that you're not getting your own, whether it's your own money, your own stuff. And I know when you get married, you know, you come together, you're a unit, you're supposed to work together as a family, which is basically what my husband and I are doing, where my role is to be at home taking care of the kids, and you know, I'm homeschooling, that's by choice, and his role is to be the breadwinner, and you know, he does it. But both of our roles are difficult as hell. Sometimes he goes to work and he is tired and he's exhausted when he comes home. Sometimes I'm at home and I'm exhausted, and sometimes it's an emotional struggle, because being a woman, you know, being human is difficult, but being a woman is tough. You gotta play mom, you gotta play wife, and your roles are never ending. Never ending. Okay? So just being a stay-at-home mom was tough, and then adding a homeschooling mom in the mix makes it even harder. And if I were to regain my independence, that would be me sending my kids to school. It would be me going out and getting a job, just knowing that I'm holding my own. And if, God forbid, anything were to happen, I can fend for myself. I can do whatever. Anyways, I'm not here trying to say that he's given me any reason to think or say things a certain way, or given me reasons to act the way I am. I'm just talking about independence. So I'm just being very real. And if that scenario were to happen, I would feel so helpless, so lost, because I am not holding my own. I am a student. I am acquiring my degree. I have 2 credits away from my 4-year degree I mentioned in the last video as well. Yes. And so I am working towards that. That was a commitment him and I both made. You know, being an engineer, he did his undergrad and his master's, and I had to witness that from my stance. And I said it, I feel like the way I said it made it sound all bad. I was very proud of him, and I was a very proud wife on the sidelines watching it. But I felt jealous at times. There's a part of it that kind of wanted it to be me, or wanted me to be doing what I needed to do during that time. But instead, I was taking on that role of being a mom, because you know, we're supposed to be nurturing and caring and all those things. And I'm not saying other moms who don't feel the same way that I feel, or is fitting the description of what I'm describing, aren't real or aren't good moms. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about from my personal self, right? Some women are different. Some women are very nurturing. Some women are very, very caring. Some women are very, right? We're all different. For me, I felt like that role of being a mom, I took it on so like wholeheartedly. I just kind of gave myself. I felt like I have to, there's no more me after my kids were born. That's how I kind of felt. And I feel like maybe I took it on a little too strongly, because you don't want to forget yourself. But that's how I kind of felt. It's like, now it's all about them. These innocent beings are being, you know, brought into the world, and they look to mom and dad to be the ones to provide, to care, and all that good stuff, you know. Kind of just transitioned from, what do you call it, mat leave into stay-at-home mom. I basically kind of transitioned from that role into the next. And it's just tough, because although I love what I'm doing. I love being able to be with them all the time. It's hard to separate myself. Like, it's hard to separate my personal wants on the inside, because my personal wants is to be there for them, but I also have wants outside of that, and my wants is to be out there working or doing something, and it's a struggle. So if you didn't see the first part of the video that I posted talking about my struggle, you should check that one out, because I did talk about it and just shared a little bit on it. But that, I mean, I want those things. I want to work and all those things for my own personal self, because it's a desire. At the same time, it would give me that sense of independence, because it's not easy feeling like it's almost like someone has something dangling over your head. And I'm not saying that my husband has that hanging over my head, but that's how kind of like how I feel at times. Like when it's just, I feel like the money's coming from him. He goes to work and he's bringing the money in for the family. And though some men are like that, they gladly take on the role and they do it, like, and he's done that, and it's great. But at the same time, like, sometimes it's, sometimes it does make me feel guilt, because even when he's stressed out, I hate to see it like that. Like, I hate to see him work the way he does sometimes. I'm feeling like I could help, and then I know if I help, then I'm putting more pressure on the kids, because they don't see mom and dad. We're both busy working, trying to feed the family, and trying to do this or trying to do that. And so it's like you can never win. It's very, very hard. I think at the beginning of this video I said I was gonna talk about some of the solutions about trying to find your independence, but I really don't even know the solution, because I'm still facing that dilemma. I'm still dealing with the struggles of gaining my independence. I feel like I'm on the right track. I have my degree on it underway. I'm 2 courses away, and so that's making me feel really proud. I'm super excited, because that's another milestone. Perhaps when I'm done that, we'll see. I'm not going to be a stay-at-home mom forever. When my kids are grown and they're able to help themselves fully, oh my gosh, I will be so happy and excited to go into the work world. But as for now, I guess I'm going to be dealing with this internal war, because it's been there. It's been there forever. It's just, and it doesn't take away my love for what I do for them. It doesn't take away the enjoyment that I get out of it. But I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's just very stressful. Sometimes I'll feel very choked up, and I'm like, why? And I realize, oh, I've been pondering about this all day long. So clearly it's something very near and dear to me. Because I've always been a very independent person from day one. And so I do know how to be that. But it's tough to play this role when you are an independent person, because then you are, though what I'm doing is beneficial to my kids, I feel like I'm kind of dependent on my husband to pay the bills and to, provide everything financially. And though he doesn't see it as a burden, sometimes I feel like it's a burden, So I don't know. If any of you guys are stay-at-home moms and or stay-at-home moms or homeschooling moms, whatever you call it, and you've ever gone through this, let me know how you feel. Is this a normal feeling? Is this, I don't know, is it typical? And how have you dealt with it? Or are you still going through it? Let me know, because it is really tough. As for homeschooling, I'm doing it right now, and I do enjoy it. Every time when we get into the zone and I homeschool my girls, I'm so happy. We're so excited. I love to learn. I love to teach them. I love to sit and have discussions with them and just learn together. I love it. However, like I said, it's just the independence aspect of it, financial independence, and just independence in general is a struggle. I'm also looking to volunteer. This might be my very tip. I'm going to look to volunteer. It's something I was looking into today, and looking at like a women's shelter, because I study psychology, and I'm looking to either venture off into counseling. So that's another thing. It's like career-wise, if I want to do more, or if I want to be specific, I'm going to have to further my education outside of a 4-year degree. I can either go into like a 1-year certificate for counseling, or I can look into doing a master's. And so that's more time, right? But I just enjoy working with people. I enjoy helping. I would love to work with like youth or women who are struggling, women who need a mentor, women, just that kind of um, idea, background ish. So I was looking today on just volunteering, and I guess we'll see how that goes. I'm looking into it, and we'll see if I can even factor it into my already chaotic schedule. School just started. Homeschooling is taking precedence over everything else. Um, Activities are now in effect, and then I'm trying to be on this weight loss journey to get my act together. So we'll see what happens, but it would be great if any of you guys are dealing with this and you want to touch base. Feel free to do that down below. Thank y'all for watching me rant. Oh, and I love your support always. Much love. Bye.